Hello and welcome to the 3DXpert workflow for EOS Sprint from EOS. My name is Safwan Itariwan and I'm the technical software consultant for 3DXpert in EMEA. Let's have a little introduction to 3DXpert. 3DXpert is the all-in-one software solution to cover the whole process chain between your CAD system and the printing on your machine. You can import your file into 3DXpert as a CAD file, as a solid, since 3DXpert itself is a CAD system. So you can just continue working with your solid file, such as step files or direct file formats, but of course you can also work with STLs and other mesh file formats. Then you position the part on the build platform, you do lightweight operations, which is a buzzword for design for additive manufacturing features such as lattice creation, implicit modeling, conformal cooling design, heat exchanger design, and many more. Then you can also create support structures in 3DXpert, assign different printing strategies to the same part, do mechanical and thermal build simulation. You can arrange the build in 2D nesting or 3D nesting, and then you can slice the parts in 3DXpert in combination with the EOS Sprint SDK integration. And how that's done, that's what we're going to have a look at now. So after opening 3DXpert, we go into the 3D printing ribbon and click on Printer and Materials Management. There we go into the third tab, OEM Templates, and select the printer template that you want to download. In this case, it's the EOS M404. We click on the blue arrow to download the template into the technology folder. Here we see it is downloaded, and now we click on the external build processors to select the EOS Sprint SDK version that matches your EOS Sprint version. After that was downloaded, we can open a new project in 3DXpert, click on Environment, and open the OEM Printer Manager. Here we select this template and then select the EOS Print SDK version, and the machine in your network will be shown here so that you can download all the settings. Now you select the printer and the material of your choice to load the environment of the EOS M404, which we can see here with all the laser areas as well. When we reload the Printer and Materials Manager, we can see that this printer has been actually downloaded. Now we can add a new component. In this case, we're taking a step file, so we can just continue with the solid file. It could also be a mesh, but of course we can take advantage of the CAD system that 3DXpert is. Here is the file or the part that we want to slice. In this case, I go into the orientation and position function to select a certain face that I want to be parallel to the build platform, which is in this case this one here. So now I just have to flip it around, and then I finish the orientation of this part. And now the next step would be to create support structures. For that, I click on Support Manager and create the support regions based on the overhang angle of 45 degrees in this case, and also the lowest points, lines, and areas. For this demo, I'd like to create supports for these two regions. I'll open the drop-down menu to select one of the support templates that I have saved, and that's it. That should be enough for this part in this demo. And next step would be to copy the parts by using the 2D nesting function. I can select the minimum distance between the parts, and I'd like to have as many parts as possible on this build platform, and then I start the calculation. So in this case, we were able to fit 419 clones on this build platform. I can save it. So now it is saved and I can proceed to the next step, which would be to slice it. I'll open the slice menu, click on OK, and now it communicates with EOS Sprint in the background to slice these parts. Then I can just click on Send to Print, and I can save it in the folder or in the file location of my choice. And now it's finished. I can see here's the OpenJZ file, and I can continue working with it and put it later on the machine. And that's already it. The super easy workflow in 3DXpert in combination with EOS Sprint, where you can just continue working with your solid file, do all the work in 3DXpert, have still material parameters management and slicing done by EOS Sprint, but you still just click on slicing in 3DXpert and export the OpenJZ file and put it on your machine. We also have a workflow where 3DXpert uses the EOS Sprint SDK to directly communicate to the machine and sends the task file immediately to the machine. For more information, please feel free to contact us anytime. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.